mash up a party tonight. I say,
thanks for life.
Almighty God, tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. I must make it. Tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. Protect I and I from the trap set for me. Into your hands I submit my spirit. Almighty, deliver me. Yes, deliver me. Cause despite the struggles and fight, I smile, everything is alright. I say,
thanks for life.
Almighty God,
Thanks for life.
me piece of shoes that fit in me tight, but I go mash up a party tonight. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God, tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. I must make it. Tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. Protect I and I from the trap set for me. Into your hands I submit my spirit. Almighty, deliver me. Yes, deliver me. Cause despite the struggles and fight, I smile, everything is alright. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God,
Thanks for life.
me piece of shoes that fit in me tight, but I go mash up a party tonight. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God, tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. I must make it. Tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. Protect I and I from the trap set for me. Into your hands I submit my spirit. Almighty, deliver me. Yes, deliver me. Cause despite the struggles and fight, I smile, everything is alright. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God,
Thanks for life.
me piece of shoes that fit in me tight, but I go mash up a party tonight. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God, tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. I must make it. Tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. Protect I and I from the trap set for me. Into your hands I submit my spirit. Almighty, deliver me. Yes, deliver me. Cause despite the struggles and fight, I smile, everything is alright. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God,
Thanks for life.
me piece of shoes that fit in me tight, but I go mash up a party tonight. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God, tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. I must make it. Tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. Protect I and I from the trap set for me. Into your hands I submit my spirit. Almighty, deliver me. Yes, deliver me. Cause despite the struggles and fight, I smile, everything is alright. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God,
Thanks for life.
me piece of shoes that fit in me tight, but I go mash up a party tonight. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God, tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. I must make it. Tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. Protect I and I from the trap set for me. Into your hands I submit my spirit. Almighty, deliver me. Yes, deliver me. Cause despite the struggles and fight, I smile, everything is alright. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God,
Thanks for life.
me piece of shoes that fit in me tight, but I go mash up a party tonight. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God, tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. I must make it. Tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. Protect I and I from the trap set for me. Into your hands I submit my spirit. Almighty deliver me. Yes, deliver me. Cause despite the struggles and fight, I smile, everything is alright. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God.
Thanks for life.
Me piece of shoes that fitting me tight, but I go mash up a party tonight. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God.
Thanks for life.
Tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. I must make it. Tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. Protect I and I from the trap set for me. Into your hands I submit my spirit. Almighty deliver me. Yes, deliver me. Cause despite the struggles and fight, I smile, everything is alright. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God.
Thanks for life.
Me piece of shoes. Life, knowing where I came from.
Life.
And knowing where I'm
Thanks for
at today.
life.
The simple
Thank
things
you,
in life that
guys.
matters.
Thanks,
Most time
thanks,
people take
thanks.
life for
Oh my
granted, but
goodness. Something
gratitude is a
magical
must.
happened, guys, and you know, I can't believe this. I mean, so we were having all this fun with you guys. I mean, let me bring this down. I can't believe we had all this fun and you missed out on it. So go back and tell your friend how much you missed. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry, guys. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to say. I don't know if it's because I started running behind the pig is what caused all that problem. But I mean, I don't know. I am trying to figure out what causes that you all miss out on all this fun. So my awesome lady is still here with us, and we've decided to give you back the extra plate of food that we took away from you guys. And because we love you so much, we're gonna share some more food with you. So tell your friend that we're still here. We're gonna spend a little bit more time so that you can get to meet our top-notch dancer, dance specialist who's sharing all the dance diseases around the place with all these children. And she might have touched or taught your child. You understand? And she's willing to teach some of us as well. Even me now, you go see me in dance class just now. All you go see me when I go live in her dance class. Old man bend, so old man twist. So anyway, what old man what? Old man. When I join that dance group, I'm gonna look twice as young. All you know, Kid, you see how Kid does look young? You can't even tell Kid age, and Teheria, you can't even tell her age because I thought she was like 18 or 19. Boy, these dance people, and I had this, you remember who I had with me, Shanika? You can't tell the age. So why people not dancing? I go deal with her when she comes back on here. I want to know why we don't have the whole of Grenada dancing, because only the dancers looking young and sweet, and I could say that word sexy. No man. My girl, make sure you're in the back there because I vex with you. I vex with you. All you only keeping all the dance vibes to all yourself, and everybody else had to see trouble. So thank you guys for staying with us. Share it with your friends. Tell your friends we are back. And I'm talking to but I don't even remember her name. I know it starts with T and E. Help me. Somebody, if you could type it for me, please. I don't remember. I'm kind of waiting for her to come, and I can't remember her name. But if you went to school with her, you could come in here and say something too. Yes. It's Teheria. But they just call all kind of names. You ready, my darling? Yes, man. Let's roll this thing, because I tell you, all of these dancers who getting young, I want to get young too, and I'll get young by talking. Stand by, because I'm going to bring in you all right now. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for did I say for? Look on screen. Tell me what you see now.
Hey. What?
Right here with us. She's right here with us,
Well, I did take a little break to find. Remember, I tell you I had dance syllabus.
Oh, you do, yes. Oh, it is going in your screen, so I could hardly see the basics, right? Hold it there. Hold it there. Let me see. Let me see if I could
So it
spotlight
was
you.
supposed to be blue, but because
Mm. What- The basics. I see something. The basics. That's all I'm seeing. Because you have the virtual screen, is cutting it out. You know. So you gonna have to send me a picture of that so I could put it up here because you kind of
yeah,
cutting it out.
and let me see, it was created um
In 1498.
no, March of 2021, volume 1, compiled
What?
by the division Grenadian Division of Culture. So it has age 13, so it starts with, so you have different age groups and you have the different skills and stuff like that. So I did,
Oh,
and you see, I told you I have lots of stuff. It's in white, you know.
your library.
Don't tie up.
Yeah. I'll see what I talk about. The, 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 the professionals hiding thing and putting it in the library. What kind of trouble is this?
It's don't
what
tell you about.
what's the age of that document? What's the age of the document, my dear? So no, I
Because
could
imagine we passed through Ivan and all and survived.
I could guess. I could guess that document has seen some love.
Yes, very much, very, very, very much,
I
very much.
see. I see. Oh, it has seen. Well, look, somebody is showing me how to spell your name. What? Who is that? Who is that person? Eh? Eh? Well, yes, we. What? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mm-mm. But you have more followers than well, I know. I secret admirers or what are followers?
I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know. I'm not even trying to categorize. I would
Well,
say
maybe
thank
that's
you.
one of your students. You don't teach men, so that's sad.
But it's not sad. It's, let's go back to our culture. Remember, we have a culture of labeling and pointing. So if technically we figure if a male dances is because he's gay, and that's not necessarily the case. But
So
that is what we put, that is a label we put. That is a label we put. Like the project that Susan and I are doing with Miss Gloria Payne Banfield. We have two folk dances, the bongo and the stick fight, which is generally male dominated dance.
yes,
So I
of
was saying
course.
to her, it would be so nice if those dancers could get to PBC and SAS and GBSS and learn the art of stick fighting, not to damage, but to preserve our culture. Now, how much parents would want a boy child to come out to go to dancing? The stigma, just like mental health, that is attached to it. No, I'm serious. The stigma that is attached to it, just like mental health, you know, mindset.
So
And that's, I
is it
think, one of our biggest problems.
so well? Is it that the dance teachers turn them into because it's ladies they make them do ladies things? Is that the problem? And all you're telling
It is
us? Don't
not
try to make
ladies, and it is the technique is technique. When you look in a dance book, the dance book, and I'm kind of think that I didn't have one of my books with me. I've never seen in any technique book it says this exercise is for female only, and this set of exercise are for male only. I
so where
have
the
never
problem
seen.
come out?
I don't know if that book was created and I couldn't afford to buy it. You know, anything is possible.
So
So
is there a book? So
let's
is there a
just
book dance for men then? Dance for men, dance move for men, dance
no.
moves for
There's a book
ladies.
dance for dummies.
That's for the
No, that
beginner.
in the sense that it breaks. Not that it's stupid, but that it breaks it down into the finest thing that anybody can understand. You know. So
Oh, oh, so I understand. I get that. But as I was saying earlier on while you were backstage, I was telling the bad talking you with the audience that
That's okay.
only all you want to look young. I mean, all the dancers I know in Grenada looking young, young, young. You can't tell the age, but they're keeping the dance to themselves. So let's talk the audience here, and you know.
We're not keeping anything to ourselves. I think if we were keeping it to ourselves, none of us would have any group. I have a group in Grenville that dance big bad soca. That group of children dance in Grenville. The group that you see in the white with the little girl in the red, they dance in Grenville also. I started a group in Grenville in 2018. COVID come, we had to stop, and then we started back after.
So that doesn't mean all you're not hiding it still.
No, we're not hiding it. I don't think any of us is hiding it. Cecilia has a group. Susan has a group. I have my group. Keith is also still involved. So I don't think any of us is hiding it. The group of us who started years, a decade or more ago, we are still there. It's just that we are not. I don't have the vocabulary to explain that part. Just fill in the blank. We are not blank, 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 blank. What?
Point taken. So why is it that we don't have dance for adults? Everything all you want to give children. So what happened to adults? We shall fade away.
No, no, no. There is dance for adults, but to keep it alive, and we're talking about sustainability. You and I know anything we want to change, it has to go into the mouth of the baby. Whatever change we want is not to start on with anybody. Whatever change we want, it has to go in, it has to start with the children.
So you're
That
saying
is the
adults
next
are good. Okay.
generation.
Adults don't have value. I get the point. Okay, that's what you're just saying.
No, it's not that we don't have value. It's just that sometimes we have those mindsets that we just remain as conversion thinkers. You know, in psychology, would put you divergent thinker and conversion thinker. Most of the time, we just stick to what we know, and to deviate, which might be a little uncomfortable, to move out of our comfort zone, is a big issue. And it all goes back to people personality. So most of us are culture that this is what's supposed to happen. So if we have anything that is out of that we term out of the norm, we don't want to go on that bandwagon. So creatives are different. We weird, we eccentric. We probably don't fall into more that most people have in their head. I know I certainly don't.
I'm not letting you run from a point, you know. You ain't running from a point. All you don't want to teach the adults how to dance. I
No,
get
no,
it.
no, no.
Because the adults
Listen,
had, you just said it. You listen to
let
me.
me put you on a spot.
Okay,
You
you hear.
see
Okay.
now, since you day in the ministry, since you have a post assigned to you, I don't know if it's a what post. Get the adults involved. Get us. Let me start with the adults as the teachers. We could start there. We don't need to go out to look for people. Okay, so that's one group of adults we can start with.
A
Actually,
spotlighting you.
mm,
Go ahead. I like that.
actually, years ago, maybe about we did Susan, Keith, Cecilia, myself. We did a 16 weeks workshop with teachers. Was it in the museum? And nothing came out of that. The teachers never got their certificate. And I can't answer why. I don't know why. And if I knew, I would have said it. I don't know why.
You're setting me up, or you're just saying that. Go ahead.
No, no, no. You can, if you off her when you see Susan, you or Keith or Cecilia, you can. The teachers never got their certificate. And I met one, maybe Olive sometime last year, and she reminded me, and I said, she said, I never get a certificate. I was like, okay. And she is retired now.
Stop playing.
I'm serious.
Look
She's
at
a
her,
teacher.
don't have me laughing like that.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. So we don't. So you see, that foundation was laid, and then nothing, nothing happened after that. We don't know why. Um, Teachers was just sent back to the class, and something that we used to do every Friday. They came for the whole day. We had modern, they got a little basic, they got folk. So when you go back to your school, at least you armed with enough knowledge and skills to start something. And that is what happened years ago.
All right. So I'm glad you're saying now that you're volunteering yourself to help. That's awesome. I hope the ministry is listening to you, because through this
I,
interview, I want them to get that information so that
I volunteer myself. Yes, I volunteer my
oh, they
with
hear that. Oh,
pay,
they hear that we have this professional here. Thank you, Jesus.
with my salary running, not volunteerism, not altruism. For thank you, I bills to pay.
Oh,
I have no problem lashing on to do what I'm supposed to do to get what is supposed to be done. And I would go back. If we're looking at universal education and quality education, radical changes have to happen. Not this slow process that we keep saying, oh, we will take. No, certain times changes have to happen radically.
wow.
And it's not a bad change that we want.
But you may say change is as difficult as the dance moves.
But you also, listen, you could defend that because you brought a whole set of us last week, Wednesday. You get choreography, you get song, you get lesson plan in song and dance. And there are some teachers that I saw there that have the knack. If they get the basic in the dance, they would run with it. Because from
Mm.
just sitting down, and that's one of the reasons I stood out of the thing after a while. Not that I didn't want to play, you know, but then I realized, okay, this teacher, and I was making my little mental notes in my head to say to you, there are some teachers there. If we get them and we start training them, they can have dance class in their school.
Wow, that's a good advertisement, and that note will be noted by somebody. So I mean, you see, when you have the right here in Grenada, you have to go know where to search for them. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, but I think they always say, look at our dance festival years ago. Half of them wasn't trained, but they got together and come up with a dance, and then that's where the people from the division of culture came in. You went to school and you look at the choreography, you look at the classes, you give them the pointers. We had workshop. I remember as I was looking through my documents, I found my theater arts syllabus. I remember doing the training with Miss Alison Sipal. All them things still there. So I could teach theater art. I just never went in to do it.
Oh,
I can just like I remember
I
we sit down in the ministry's conference room and did that workshop.
I find you like a word ministry boy. Oh, good. We got to see what with that the ministry had to do something with you. Anyway,
Yeah, they could send me around in schools and things. I don't want one sit down in no office. I'm asthmatic. The AC is one of my triggers. So I do not wish to come to sit down in no office. To dress up with no two-piece and three-seat suit that I cannot afford. I want to wear slacks and thing and sneakers and go around and get our children 21st century ready.
mm-mm, I love it. I love it. Hey, let me pause before I show you under some big stones again. But I see
That's okay.
somebody here saying, you see that? You could see the screen, Paula.
Oh, you see, go back to the picture. You see her daughter is in the her daughter is wearing the red with you in the thing. She started her little dance group in the Methodist school on the court.
Mm-hmm.
She's been dancing with me since she was in preschool. She normally what I do in Grenville, she dances in Grenville. So because I come from town, She comes early enough to no, the next red and white. Those with the white. Go, go, keep going. No. Right. See the little one in the red? Right.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
She teaches class. Don't look at her that tiny. Trust me. She teaches. I would sit down at times and just guide and give her and explain, and she teaches on a Saturday.
Wow.
If I get to Grenville 5 minutes late, the children are stretching. It's either she starts it or a next one starts it. Initiative. I don't have to be there for the class to start. If I a little bit late, the older girls start taking the stretches.
So, who you say now? That's Paula's daughter or Paula?
That's Paul's daughter.
Paula, you see that? You're getting big up here, you know. And she's saying hi to friends. Hey, but look at my trouble now. Uh-uh.
I don't even want to ask that question.
Well, I ain't lying. Well, Paula, you're not easy. Your daughter dancing. You see, and Paula want to learn to dance. I tell you, you're forgetting the adults. Put something for the adults. Hey, Paula, join with me. Say yes. The pros holding
Actually,
the thing by themselves there.
I used to have an adult class in Grenville.
We're waiting for it. I come in and
No,
join. I come in by you in your studio and learn to dance. You're getting
no
about
problem.
how many men you want? Only
Maybe
men
if you
can learn.
started as a male, others may follow. I could use you as my poster boy.
Lord have mercy on me.
Put in some, there was put in some tights and some leotard, and
So the men
I
have
could
to wear
do-
tights too?
of course they have dance tights. They the same set of yeah.
No, we want to wear baggy pants and with jeans. Oh, okay, we
Yeah, but
big.
it restricts your movement. That's if you're doing a different type of dance. If you have your hip hop, that's clothes that is, you know, relevant for that.
Oh,
But if you want to do technique, you have to get things that wouldn't restrict your movements and have to be fixing all the time.
I get you. I get you. I come with my big pants still. Like your business. Yeah, I come with my
Well,
big pants.
listen, you go buy a plot, I learn in the class.
Look at my troubles now. At my old age, look at the teacher doing to me.
Just buy a plot, I learn in the class.
Look here. Look, somebody else saying something here. You see that? What? They love people love the arts, man. I thought the arts was a waste of time. You see that? Lillian?
I think if we actually do a survey, we would see that it is needed and people are behind it, not as an extracurricular activity, but as a co-curricular activity.
Interesting. Yeah. I know. You see what? You see it? I don't even call in their name. But I've them.
Yes,
But
but
who
if you
tried to
tell
dismiss
them
it?
that is just a chronological number that is assigned to you. I may bring you in the class and you're more flexible than me. When I say second position, I go to floops.
Look here, I done anything Logan put and not showing it again. Studio, don't show nothing Logan put up because that's a diss. You understand?
And Logan
Teacher,
has a daughter.
don't worry,
Dance.
Logan. Don't worry. You go teach me still. Alio, you hear that?
Yeah, I'll teach you still.
Okay, great, excellent.
Because
And somebody said they like nothing.
there's studies. I remember coming across this study that they take some elderly people, they send some to the gym, and then they send a group to dance. And then they look at their brain activity after, and they found that those who dance, their memory and their focus improved. Because they were saying, because you have to remember rhythm and counts and direction, and it has an impact on memory.
Oh,
And one of the things I came across reading recently was that balance, as you get older and you balance, it reduces some of, I can't remember which disease that it has an effect on listening. So we go back to tell Miss Bonnie you're not too old to be a poster boy.
But let me show you what. Look what going on. You see? Laugh. Keep laughing. All right. But look, there's a question here. Is that a question for you? What do you say?
I'm saying, but what do we say to others that see dance as only whining?
Mm-hmm. The misconception about the arts is general. The person says it's sad. Dance can also be as a form of therapy.
It
What you
is.
comment on that, Lillian? Go ahead.
She no, you teach what we call in dance hip isolation, which we would consider to be whining. Okay? But it is a part of it. It is just how it is done. It is just how it is done. When we put it into a choreography, you have to be mindful of how it is done. But that is it. So it's a whole. And whining is not dance. And she's right, whining is not dance. Because I remember I had a little girl and the mother wanted her to come to join the class. And she said, Miss, what? She could whine we? I said, well, wrong class. She said, I said, no. If it's wine, she want to whine. This is not, the class is not about whining. So if you are sending her in the class based on she like to whine, she's not going to stay. And the poor child came and she blossomed beautifully in the ballet class. And when she go and she made wine in home, but when she came to the class, it was a different dynamics.
Oh, interesting here. So
So,
teach.
so you just have to take that misconception and teach it,
Yeah, teach.
change
That's
it.
yeah, teach.
Yeah. And the dance being as a form of therapy, of course, because I remember just before we went on lockdown, the day we went on lockdown, I was in SU doing a traumatic course, a somatic course to deal with trauma, because I have my bachelor's is in cognitive behavior therapy. Yes, because I wanted to incorporate the dance as a form of therapy. So when I went, I did a course and I was speaking to the woman, and she said, yes, I don't need to go and do a degree in dance therapy because I already have the knowledge of the dance and now I'm doing the trauma course. And having the adult class, I remember one of the ladies used to say to me she used to be very depressed. And then as she started dancing, and then sometime halfway through the class, we stop dance. You didn't stop dance. The movements cease a little and the conversation starts. And then and then we go back to dance again. The conversation flows. And you find that people are far more relaxed in sharing. So it can be done as a form of therapy. And I remember when I was doing my hours, I did it at Mongi Hospital. And one of the things Dr. Father Mark and I was trying to introduce was to use dance with the people who suffer from anxiety and stuff to start a class inside it for these the people who come. So we were just going to select that group with anxiety and panic attack and stuff, and and give them other form of how to deal with that. But that thought stayed right there. It was discussed among both of us, and I don't think it was explored any further. So, but it is, and now that we have health as a priority, drama, dance therapy, and it could start in the same Monge hospital with the people who are coming to get their medication. And Frenchie, let me give you a joke about that. I was accused, somebody saw me in Monge Hospital, call my sister in Toronto and tell her they see me come for my medication. And the thing is, I had a conversation with the individual. She was like, Tahira? I said, yes. She said, so what are you doing here? I said, well, it's part of my course. I'm coming to observe the, the behavior of the people and stuff like that. So I don't know which part of the conversation said I'm here for medication. I, I remember the time my principal, not the one that's there now, I went and said, Miss, can I get permission to go to Monge Hospital, please? And Frenchie, you didn't want to see the look on the principal's face. I listened. I didn't even clear up the misconception. She said, okay, miss. I said, thank you. And then I just walked out of the office and I laughed. Because I said, Mama, I could imagine what flowed through her. Because all I said, can I get permission to go to Monge Hospital, please? So
Interesting.
I'm saying all this is see the stigma. If we go back to the boys, it is labeled. You people see you in a situation, not sure what the situation is. You are placed, you are labeled, and maybe if we get the arts and improv, where people start to look beyond and think and create, maybe the mindset eventually would start to change. But top dog had to back. If top dog do back, nothing can happen.
I don't know what language you're speaking in there, but one day I would be able to decipher it. I would like to.
When we
But
meet in the
guys,
next drama session,
yes, guys, I think you missed some of Miss journey, because while we were talking, we thought you guys were there with us, and only to realize that we didn't have you all with us. And Miss has done so many things, leaving Grenada and go away and things. So Miss, for those who missed it, yeah, yeah, you see that? You see, look here, I'm not posting nothing that person put up. And guess who are not posting?
I know that's a high school girl.
Look
That's a
here.
high school girl.
Let me show you who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I tell you, a high school girl.
I don't have that time without no time at all. Look here. So your journey to Canada, because I think they missed it. I would like you to give us a taste of it again, because I think that's essential. So that when you have to send your child or your children or your neighbors or bring yourself to her class, you're going on with a pro, somebody who's walked that path. So give them a taste of your journey in Canada and your development. Because
Okay,
they
we
miss
want to
that, like,
start with. So we starting with them. People was in awe that I left Grenada. Okay,
yes, go on.
so
Your
I
time.
left in 2006. I went to Toronto to dance with Ballet Creole under the director of Patrick Passon. Patrick Passon is from Trinidad. I met several Caribbean students, one Jamaica, Trinidad, St. Vincent. Um, the classes, well, when I leave in the morning, everything was done in the studio. So I went to school, class started at 9 and finished at 4. That was Monday to Friday. I did Horton, Lemon, Graham. That would fall under modern techniques. Okay? Because you can break up your dance style into different genres. So we had Lemon, we had Horton, we had Graham, which you would consider as modern technique. We had contemporary ballet, we had Brazilian, um, like a kind of can't remember the style that we call it. Um, then we had Afro Caribbean Contemporary, which was taught by a Jamaican living in Toronto. Um, Everything was done to drums. Your ballet class, your everything was done to drums. Um, Besides dancing with ballet Creole during the day, I did ballet outside of school because it was a little challenging because I wasn't exposed to it before going to Toronto. So I did classes in school and then I did classes out of school for ballet. I also did jazz because jazz was not offered in school. So I did jazz 2 days a week outside of school. So I did that for 2 years. So I had Monday to Friday from 9 to 4. Then I had those classes and then plus I work. It was a lot. It was challenging, but it was fun. Um, I slept in numerous theaters because we would go to watch a lot of dance shows because we got discount on some of the shows and stuff, the dance recital. So I went to Harbourfront. I went to different different theaters to see different companies perform, and you see every company had their unique style. So no two company would be the same. Um, I had one of the teacher. The Horton technique was done by Milton Myers. He was a guest teacher. He came from the US. I think most people involved in dance know about Alvin Ailey, so he was part of that company growing up. So our Horton technique came from Milton Myers. So I spent 2 years um, dancing, working in Toronto. I came back and continued to teach. I went back to the classroom and then I went back to teach dance in my company's Iceland dancers. I also started I started introducing dance workshops, and the workshops would be basically for whole day. So the parents would drop the children would dance, be exposed because I had some of the teachers that I met during my training. I kept in contact with them, and during the summer they would come down to do classes with the girls. So all the dancers that you are posting, except maybe that young group in the and that young group, the two younger groups, which is that group you see in the blue and white, they basically just entered secondary school. The ones from Grenville, which you see with the four of them in the white, and they were not exposed to those workshops. But the first picture that you have, Frenchie with the girls in black, that was a picture we had to send up because we went to the International Black in Dance Conference in Toronto that year. So those dancers, most of them are still dancing. They have the company now. They dance with a group called One Unit. So it's about two or three of them out of that lot of dancers that you are seeing there that will not be dancing. But the majority of them that you are seeing are still dancing. Um, so they benefited a lot from those workshops. They benefited a lot. Um, they also get to perform numerous places. So so that no, that picture there, Frenchie, is basically the girls that I'm training now. So that's the age group I am working with. I presently the ones you have. So I have two groups. I have a group in Grenville that I do on a Saturday, and then I have my group in town. that I use my studio in Belmont, that I teach. So the girls in the black and silver, they dance in town. That's the group in town in St. George. And the others, the one in the white and those in the pink and yellow, they are from the Grenville group. And the little ones on the side in the color dress, they do junior ballet. So that was my journey. I came back. I am back. My group is what? On the 1st of October, we 27 years.
Wow.
So a lot of the dancers that you will be seeing um, was part of Spiceland dancers. Shanika Gibbs, who making waves in Jamaica, started dancing with me at age 5. She too benefited a lot, just like the other dancers. That whole group of them used to dance together from those workshops, because the workshops were very diverse. They were exposed to theater jazz. The only thing I did not get to expose them to was tap, because when I contacted the tap teacher, I found it was too expensive. So, but I did tap, but I just did the foundation of tap. I find I wasn't at the point that I could introduce it to the children. And just cleaning out the other day, Susan and I were having a conversation, and I said, I found my tap shoes. And she said, likewise. I said, well, we must really go and do some classes in tap so that that would be probably a style of dance that we can start to introduce. But I know if I have to do that now, I have to get a new pair of tap shoes. The tap, I figure the shoes don't dry rot. But yeah, so my training and my exposure is extensive. Starting with Cheryl, Division of Culture, going to Toronto. I also, by the way, I also danced in the States. Um, I dance in this. I used to do classes whenever I go up on holiday. I would go to classes in Manhattan, and that's where I started to do tap. And one of the things I remember dancing in Toronto, and my worst class is my best friend now. Well, my teacher and I are very close. Kevin class was a challenge. Kevin is a teacher that never count. The rhythm would be trust me. It was not a 1, 2, 1. The rhythm, he sang his rhythm. Tiki tiki taka tak. And you have to get this tiki tiki taka tak and put it into the steps. But what I found when I went to do tap, that it was beneficial because the teacher would go diggy, 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 dack. And I remember messaging him and I said, well, at least the class come in handy. No, because look, I'm doing tap. And because your style of teaching was not a numeric value, but a rhythm, it made the tap, and the tap teacher taught like that. He would say dig, and he would give thing, heel drop. He wouldn't say heel drop, whatever. He would give you the rhythm. And and tap was something that I enjoyed. Just having that feet, just making that noise, it was, listen. But unfortunately, the knee, it was not, I injured my knee. And I guess so much from all the years of dancing on the concrete, I didn't have any cartilage. So after I finished dancing, I had to go over to the States to do some treatment on my knee before I came back to Grenada. When I came back, I was good enough to dance. But it still would give me a little issue after that. So like
So,
I said to you before, I'm waiting.
so here's a nice question. So you're waiting And Bob Marley did a song. I don't want
I
to.
didn't hear that.
Bob Marley had a song. I don't want to wait in vain.
I don't know that one.
Well, I'm glad you don't know it.
That
I'm
one probably
glad
was
you don't
before
know.
my time.
I'm glad you don't know. You know why?
I know One Love and them kind of thing, so I know that one.
But you're sharing the love, but I don't want you to be waiting in vain. You had to get up and make the magic ingredient because all you have
Oh,
it.
oh, that is.
All
I
the
don't want to
names.
wait in vain.
Yes, I don't want to wait in
Yeah,
vain. All the professionals in dance are in Grenada, you know. All these big names you're calling there are right here in Grenada. So all you had to come now and make the magic happen for dance. Everybody want to look young like all you, as I say. What you say, Logan, you with me? They're keeping this secret to themselves. So I'm with you,
yeah, but
but I'm asking you, how can you help us to look good like all you, young? Look at you and Kit and them. Little baby face. Go ahead, miss.
I have to breathe on that one.
I vex you now.
I don't think
All you
any
don't know
one
what to
of
look for?
us. I don't think any of the names that you called are not willing and ready to take up the mantle. I think we are probably what you call dance jumpy. Look at our age. We're still in it. So then that alone should tell you that there's something there that we want to give outside of having our private groups, you know. But as I said, and I'm going to say it again, policies. If we
Oh,
do not see it as important to be placed on the curriculum, then there's nothing the whole lot of us that you're trying to relay into this can do. We just have to continue doing what we are doing now. If we don't look at the studies and look at the benefits that it affords the children, and the thing is, at the end of the day, we have to think about the children. If we want a transformative society, as we keep saying, we have to go back down to certain things we were doing before. And like I said to you earlier on, we talk about 21st century skills that is needed in the workplace. And when you look at dance, those four main skills that keep bouncing around the place for the 21st workplace, it is created using dance. You build communication, there's collaboration, there's creativity, there's critical thinking and problem solving. That's a four, and they call it the four C's of education.
so you mean going back to the
Drama could be
basics?
the
Okay.
same. Mhm.
That's the basics.
Yep. We arm with the skills and the content could easily flow. The
So,
content could easily flow.
well, I mean, I was about to say it, but look, somebody say it here. And I was about to say it because, I mean, you you think that would solve the problem?
Having an association of arts and a drama, how is it going to get in the school? The association will want to teach in the school? We can start it, but like I would always say, anything we want to flourish, teach it to the children.
And forget the old people.
No, we don't have to forget the old people. We have to give, we
Forget
have
the
to
senior.
teach the old
Forget
people
the
that they
adults.
could live longer. So they would live longer. Some of the diseases they would not get. Their mind would continue to be sharp,
Okay.
coordination. When the old people fall down, the hips are not going to be broken, because the flexibility and the mobility would be there. They would be able to get off the floor. So we're not forgetting the old people. We just need that base to grow so that it would help take care of us, the old people.
But Miss, your area is how they call it in school. Since I know myself in school is extra curricular
Activity.
activity. What all you want? Donkey years all your area is extracurricular. Why you want the science teacher and them to say and the maths they were the maths teachers and this well the science
Well,
teachers
as what they would always say, contact time. But the children are learning. When the children play, they are learning. When they sing, they are learning. Let me give you a joke. I do a summer school. So the teacher and I decided, well, from that year, we're going to look at games. So we decided to teach the children moral. Frenchie, if they clap, they can catch a ball. If they bump and we show them to clap, if they clap, they can catch a ball. The ball gone. I'm serious. we spent. Then we decided we're going to teach them Chinese skips. They did not move off from ankle. And I'm telling you, age children 6, 7, 8, 9.
so you're blaming somebody. I could hear it coming out.
I'm not blaming anybody. We don't allow our children to play, for one. Play enhances cognitive, as social psychologists say. Physical development and cognitive development, they go hand in hand. When a child play, dance, any form of exercise, enhance your brain. Mind and body connection. Dance is the only art form that they say you see this mind and body connection. But we forget the mind. We only concentrate on feeding the mind with the academics and we do not look executive function. There's something in our brain called executive function. When you call a child, it's supposed to respond quickly. These days we have to call their own name 5 and 6 times.
So who you vex with?
Awareness, body awareness, cognitive, cognition.
So miss who you vex with? Who causing that? Not the parents, not we the same adults.
I am just showing you the connection.
But we the same adults. Look, you're having support. We the same adults are causing that. So what's going on, miss? Who's causing that? Not the adults?
Well, fix it. Since we figure we know and we realize now we don't know, then we should see how we should re-evaluate our thinking to help the children that we quote unquote supposed to be in our care.
Oh. Let me take a breather. So Siobhan is asking you. So if I wind up to soccer every weekend, will I be healthy?
She wind up to soccer every weekend.
Will I keep her healthy? Will I be healthy?
She just stand up one place whining. Well, I guess how much she'll be sweating. But that's not a complete body exercise. Unless when she whining, she put up the hand in the air, she bring the hand to the side, she put the hand on the ground, and she use the entire body in it. But the thing is, so that's a simple form of exercise, but we're not looking at the physical part of it. But she could run forward, run backward, and whine, and that would keep her a little healthy, make her healthier.
Oh.
So she can add so she can add what we would call locomotive movement to her whining. She could jump and whine, she could spin and she's exercising.
What, boy?
She's not doing class. Whine is an isolation of the hips. But if she gets the other part of the body involved and make the heart rate go up a little bit, then it is going to help her.
So is whining good for her health?
I can't say that. She had to go by her general practitioner to figure out. That one, I didn't see that when in no dance book I read. I didn't see that one. And the syllabus that the ministry did, I didn't think he had nothing so in it either. So Miss Benjamin, check your general practitioner for that. Okay. As much as I'm probably very knowledgeable when the dance is concerned, I ain't come across that one yet.
But so you need to do some research on that one. Thank you. Miss Benjamin Francis, they will do some research and see the value of that. I'm very much interested in that one. You know, the kind of a, you know, that touch to just whining. You know, excellent. You hear that?
Listen, your pelvic region and your wrist, whatever your wrist can do, your hips can see. Isolation.
All right, all
Right.
right, all right, all right. And there goes Ezra. Extracurricular activities are important too as well. That's why dance should be extracurricular. That's what Ezra say. Ezra is saying dance should be extracurricular.
I don't think she's saying dance should be extra. She just give the point that extracurricular activities are important to a well-rounded child. But remember, we can sit dance under CXC as a subject.
Well, the parents listening, miss. Go ahead.
Yes, under PE, under physical education, dance is known as a soft skill. Um, the genres or the category, you have ballet, you have jazz, you have modern, you have African, or you have traditional, what we call traditional or folk dances. So you can sit dance on the physical education. It is a subject that you can do as a CXC subject. But
So
there's
you're
a lot
saying,
of elements in dance that the children have to know. You have to know technique.
but miss, who go teach it? Who go? You telling me? So that's why you had to come
The
after
same
school and
drama
who do that?
teacher, the same drama teachers that you could take, you
Oh,
could just use the same. Listen, we don't have to look for a next cohort of teachers, you know.
you want to make the government spend more money? Who go teach all these things? The science
No,
teacher,
you're
the
not
physics
making
teacher,
them because
the
if
food
you
and
get a
nutrition teacher.
next if you get a next cohort of teachers,
Uh-huh.
teachers, if you have okay, so we're looking, I think there's something under the poll now of creative, something they're doing from next door.
Mm-hmm.
I have to investigate that further. It was sent to me, and but I'm saying there are teachers in the system. We don't have to go and find people to do it. We didn't have to find people before. When I got involved, the ministry officials were allocated in dance or trained in dance used to go to the schools. So if we want to go back to the basics, look at the basics that are beneficial to us. Not us, but to the children. Look at how those activities were booming. Children were check Arts Festival.
You have support here, you see?
No, listen, I think a lot of people would like to see that back in the school. Not, you see, we our society know that academic, and we feel that is the way. You give a child a skill before they listen. When I left school, before I started getting a salary from somebody, dance I used. That skill that Cheryl and I started with in high school and branched over to and learned from well, I forget Ricky. I even danced with Ricardo King Douglas. Once they say dance, Adi. So that skill helped me. Before I was employed, I was making money. You give the child that, the child goes into a little community and she starts something. She starts something. That's one less person you have to employ. And now we have the creative economy, so we have to we the drastic change have to be made.
Yes, I get you. Somebody's talking about, I don't know the person name, I'm not calling a name. He's talking about balance is key. Your friend.
Well, of course, you have to have and listen, I have found over the years that the children who engaged, okay, so from teaching dance in school years ago, I used to teach dance in St. Louis Girls RC years ago. And you find doing the dance in school that you have a lot of children that have the ability, but the parents may cannot afford to send them to a private class. Then one of the criteria when we started that years ago was for the children who are not very academic in the class, to give them a sense of achievement. And you know, when both of us know, when children believe in themselves and when they start achieving, it spills over into the classroom. That self confidence and that self esteem is transferred into the schoolwork. So I could sit down here and preach how it is beneficial. You, on the other hand, also know how it is beneficial because we're involved in the art. If them the top, then we will continue going down the same road. Through the tunnel, around the tongue, through
You're getting more support, man. What? I can't believe that.
well, you see,
What
we
is that?
forget how much we come on to all. We should have come on now. No, but I guess how
You
much because there's a lot of people. Listen, there's a lot of children that have taught throughout the years. So I guess as much people have seen the benefit for their children, like the parents who were involved in it and the kids who were involved in it years ago. So they know that it is beneficial.
So where is the problem?
We know where is the problem.
Look your friend. Look what your friend said. I mean, how Ezra could say something like that?
Ezra, I very much agree with you. He very well know. He just, I don't know if he's trying to get me fired. I don't know if he's trying to let public service commission send me a letter for saying wrong things. And, and
How
then when
Ezra like that? Why would Ezra do something like that? I mean, now she's speaking something nice there. You could see that. You know?
no, well, listen, actually what Ezra said, I thought about that because I'm saying if the dance gets in school and the drama is in school, we can do a musical. And I even have a book in mind. Alyssa Beginski did this book, Carla Can Dance Soca. And I was looking at it as one of my piece to do um, for sure. And now that the drama comes, I say, well, no, that is perfect. And then if the music gets in school, because SAS has a lab that is closed up, and which next school up in some way besides SAS have a music lab that is closed up. And if we open up these things and the children think they write in the music for Kala Can Dance, but we have to ask the author permission to use a book. And then it becomes a whole school production by a local author. Ricardo King Douglas have this book, I think, about the butterflies or the fairies or some kind of thing, which would make a lovely production too. Dance, drama, and singing.
The princess.
So read, huh?
The
No, I ain't
Nutmeg
even thinking
Princess.
about the Nutmeg Princess. That one about some firefly or something. He has the
Oh
next
yes, yes,
beautiful
yes,
one.
yes, yes, yes,
Something
yes.
about the fireflies. So I'm seeing that for the little children in the primary school or even the preschools. Creative movement. And French, we didn't even get to talking about dance and sports. That will be our next whole set of conversation, I think.
Bonnie love everything you
So,
say.
no worry. She's a smart woman, high school. Listen, Mason groomed us very well. Very well. Mason groomed us extremely well.
Ezra is a
Extremely.
cook. You could look, yeah, but your friend Ezra is a cook anyway. Ezra is a big cook. You could leave. I can't believe that, boy. What if Ezra had to be from some other parish? I don't know which parish she's from, but she can't be from St. David's. But don't watch that. You know?
No, but I thought St. David's have a lot of smart people, so why are you disowning your...
Oh, she's from St. David's? Oh, that's
I would think
awesome.
so.
That's awesome. That's nice. Look, she's showing up now. Yeah, after you don't diss me like that. Anyway, me and the dance teacher talking and I don't bother with you. Leave us alone. You're too bad. Look here, but miss, yeah, man, you're saying some things there. So I kind of feeling vexed to see all these professional and a master like you have to do that alone.
And you sit down there? I have to do it alone?
But what trouble is this? Look at how me laughing at you tonight.
Share.
Ezra, don't forget you. Don't try that. You're just too bad. You come and support your friend tonight. I'm not talking to you. Go ahead. Yes, miss. What trouble you putting me?
I have to do it alone. No. I'm serious. If we, if we look past just the academics, our children would flourish. Listen, we could have some nice production, beautiful productions. Schools put it on. And I'm sure there are some very talented children who could write play and choreograph songs and,
Miss, will you respond to the call if the ministry were to call you? All you do is come here and talk. And
in the
then when the
morning,
ministry call you, all you're turning back.
listen,
Ezra, what you think?
if they call me tomorrow and say, well, I have to go and teach dance in A, B, C, D, E, I have no problem. Listen, I love my class. I love my girls, but I would jump, I would leave them in a jiffy. Because I know the benefit of what can happen to them. Yes, I will leave them in a jiffy. Well, school about to close anyway, so.
All right, the challenge is on, boy. Your friend and them that cause it. So we're going to put you to the test. Your friend and them there. Yeah,
Yes.
you're your good friend and them. They cause it, but
No.
we see the value. We see the value. And your friends support you, so I can't say anything bad about that. But going back to this, somebody asked you about the value of the arts. And I want to push it towards this point. The value of the arts. I'm not talking general outside now, in Grenada, miss. Because you've been doing this thing for a long time now. Let's get serious. Is there really value in the arts here in Grenada? I'm not talking the world outside, because we like to look outside and say the value there outside. What happened in Grenada?
No.
What you see, miss?
I don't think we value it. If we value it, then we wouldn't have this issue of trying to get it back in school as on the timetable, and not talking those nonsense about children losing contact time and them kind of, So if we value it, whether we want, then we wouldn't hear those kind of conversations. Let me give you a scenario. One of my dancers, they had career day in school. My child put on she ballet tights, she little tutu, she leotard, and she went to school. The teacher said to her, that is not a career. And I'm talking about a year or two ago.
Stop doing that, miss. Stop that. Go ahead.
No, I'm serious. So the next time they had career day, she told her mom, dress as a teacher. And she was accepted. So you see, I'm going back to say mindset. Because when we talk about contact time, it's the principals in the schools and the teachers, and look what a teacher could tell a child. And that is what she wants to do. She wants to dance and she wants to be a model. And the day you say, come your career, and then you tell the child, that is not a career. And we sitting down in this class and teach people children.
But realistically, miss, can you make money out of dancing? Can someone make money out of dancing here?
My house I living in was not paid for by government salary.
You mean you borrow the money from your neighbor?
No, I've been dancing for over 20 something years, so at least. And I don't, and when I used to dance outside of class, outside of school, each class I go to, I had to pay 20 Canadian. That's $40 an hour. $40 per class. So if we actually go to charge what we're supposed to charge, most children would not be able to dance. Most children would not be able to dance. And I'm talking privately. So I think those of us who remain in it is because we love, and it's not about the money. But you could make money off of it. You can survive. Once you don't have this extravagant lifestyle, you would survive. And if you in it for the love of it, then the money would not seem as small or, as insignificant. But like we know, art is something that you have to have a passion for. You don't have a passion for it, you're not going to continue with it. Because when you see some months you might make a little money, and then the next month you realize, well, are you going to stay when those months become dry? But as you said, if we value it, then we're going to pay properly for it.
Where does that value come from, miss?
We boss. Me and you
see,
boss.
You see,
We
you see
boss.
what you see what Rose is saying? Where does that value come from?
Well, I think it falls from us in our society. Is how we see it. Because if we see something as not being valuable and worthwhile, we're not going to place anything on it. And we see academics as valuable and worthwhile. Look, a child in Form 1, they're doing 18 subjects. Why? This is my take. Maths, agriculture science, integrated science, one foreign language, music, drama, dance, physical education, 8 subjects. They go up, you add. Those skills, they afford them now to add something because they have the skills that you train them in the bottom with. The child who go into universal education, I'm not reading at the level that they are reading at, can gain some kind of self-motivation. The self-worth would improve.
You see what your friend say? Well, I don't know if that's your friend, because I mean, you have so much support. I can't believe something that has so much support is not inside. That's another question I have. Hold on.
I inside where I'm supposed to be. If you want me to be inside the castle, I inside my house. But the castle where it's supposed to be, I'm inside of my house.
I mean, look here. All right. But of course, you see, is that a question or a request? Speak of the opportunities outside of Grenada and how many of your students get through with scholarship because of dance experience on the application.
Well, I would let me see who. I'm not sure if they got scholarships, but I know most of them who dance out there, some of them are still dancing. And they are making money going to school and using the dance. So it help it helps. But in terms of the scholarship, I'm not sure if when they get there and they use whatever for the second year. So I can't really speak on that because I'm not in contact with most of them because they're 18 plus. So everybody, when you leave, it's not rare. It's very rare that that connection is I'm still there. One or two of them I would follow on the Instagram page and stuff like that. But you can use it because I was speaking to Amani Francis and um, talking about dance, and she said when eventually she gets to go to study, she's going to dance. I said, well, go with your belly skirt. I said, go with your belly skirt and use what you have across there. Mm. I remember one of my students did that when she went to study. She went with a belly skirt and she did a little class with the children on campus. I have one dancer that I know studied dance. She's back in Grenada now. She started a group, but I think she's working at a hotel now. Um, so she went to study dance. She did it in the States. So there's Shanika, Liana. She's with one unit. She did the same program that I did, at that school, and I sure I have the connection in the school that I probably could beg for a scholarship for, because he is Caribbean, you know.
Parents listening to you, they're gonna come calling.
There's a scholarship desk where you walk in.
What is this now?
I don't have a scholarship desk in my house. But no, on a serious note, maybe those are areas that we have to start to look into to see where, because if we want to push it in school and if we want to push it at a CXC level, where do we go from there? That would be the next step that we have to talk about.
Well, you fall right in the pot, miss, because that's the question. We have all these professionals. You call a million names, right? Why we don't have a bachelor program here in dance in Grenada? Why our people have to leave and go after all the grandmasters are here?
I can't answer that one. No?
Don't vex with me.
I wouldn't even
Don't vex,
I wouldn't
I vex with you. So don't vex
no,
with me.
listen. I'm not vexing with you.
Why we don't have
I am not.
a dance degree right here in Grenada, bachelor's? I'm not talking about just certificate, a bachelor's program of dance. Grenada has some top dancers who shelling on the place. You and you call names and other names. Tell me what next, miss.
Well, maybe we just have to look into it to see if it's possible. I don't. Maybe something we have never explored. Explore. So that could be a future thing to look into. Oh, that was carnival. That was lime band.
You see that? Every year we have people on the street. So where is the degree, miss?
I can't answer that one. Huh?
Don't do me that, man. Don't run from it now, you. I mean,
No,
you
I
were
don't
saying
run
something
in.
a while ago.
Listen. I
Where
doesn't
is
back
the
down from a
bachelor's
fight.
degree? All you type it in the chat for me, please. Give me some support now. All you can just give Miss Salone support. Give me some support.
Yeah, but
Where
you
is the
could answer
bachelor's
that
degree?
one too. Listen, not everything you want to throw. You just tell me you throw me on some rock. I dare under the rock and I can't come out, so I don't know to answer that one.
I'm waiting. Let me go and post some comments from your friends. Huh?
Well, wait, no.
Friends, put some comments. Friends, put
You
some
know,
comments.
I
I'm
could
waiting.
skip around that.
Yeah? You hear that? You hear that?
I could skip around that one.
I'm going to show you your friend comment now. You want to see them?
That's okay.
Yeah. Haha. Thank you, Paula. Thank you. Miss,
Yeah,
answer
but
that,
is
please.
there a program? The thing is there a program? We can get it in the primary school. How you get it up there? How are we going to get it up there? If we instill the love and the skills and the thing in the bottom, what are they going to make up there? My weight?
Paula, you hear what she's saying to you, right? You answering Paula, right?
No, I ain't answering nobody. I'm just making a general comment. If we want to get it there, we have to start from the bottom. We can put, what is it, the cat in front and the horse in the back. We have to start from the beginning. And I'm sure I will hear myself talking tonight in my sleep saying, go back to school.
Look here. Mindy says, yes, we do need a dance program in college in Grenadian. It's a wonderful career. Miss, you are the powerful person there. Talk to
Listen,
me.
let me tell you what to do. Screenshot all those kind of comments. Compile it. Put it in a report. Bring it with you when you go and walk tomorrow. Go up a step, run a corner, knock on a door and say, can you look at these comments and tell me what you think?
Let me put up that next comment here. I can't read that one.
Exactly. You see, now that we have a doctor in creative arts in the building, it will soon be in the pipeline. I hope it's in the pipeline and you just don't rush out of the pipeline and just that pipeline just busts and you just scatter. But that pipeline is diverted to proper channels.
You see me, I'm not putting up no more comments because your friends and them seem to come out, and I don't know, Rhonda, is that Rhonda that's there? Your friend and them just come out, and but
that is one of your drama students.
But I don't know anybody there. I mean, I'm wearing glasses, so I can't see clearly, you know. So
that is one of the drama student that you make sing and dance. Nong is
Ezra come back again, you know. Look here, I can't take this thing on. I don't even want to put up Ezra comments. You know, understand? Ezra, you need to behave yourself, right? But it's Miss and them are calling on them. If we don't get a college,
Ezra, I fully agree with that comment. So that's a comment, Dr. William, you have to screenshot.
Is that so?
Yes. You're in the building. You're in the castle, I still in my house.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm a dance teacher, right? Okay, lovely. All right, guys.
No, you're not a dance teacher. You're part of the creative. You're part of the creatives.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Because in drama there's improv. In dance there is improv. So there's a link between the drama and the dance. When you tell us the other day what? All kind of thing. Everybody improvise. I see some kind of dance step. So I say, what? When you said let the music feel you and people, that is improvisation.
Okay, miss. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
So it is both of us in the boat. Not because it's your show, you go figure you go just throw everything on me and I go accept it. I don't. It doesn't work like that in my
How are
corner.
you reaching that? I am doing a show, miss. I'm just talking to creatives. How are you
Yes.
reaching that? I mean, I'm doing
Well,
a
well,
show.
right. But you see, you're a strong one. You are strong one. You go like you David. Not even go like because go like follow boop.
You see
So you
this
are
Ezra,
David.
Ezra and them that come out and start the thing. But you don't worry yourself. I mean, you had the passion there already. The Ezra, you need to talk to Miss Vivek and solve that problem. But you ain't running from the point that we say, and viewers and audience, all you watching me, we need dancing Grenada. Grenada has some of the top. You see the magic that going out there. You see those that came on the program before, and they have you here, educators. They're not just dancers, they're educators. So they double specialize. I don't know what's going on. Miss, so I don't want to ask you how the problem go solve because your friends go come on here. You don't saying it already. But you think, hold on a serious note, you think that we could solve that? I want your
It
friends come behind me.
no. It listen. It can. The problem could be solved. But that's if we want to solve the problem. Do we want to solve the problem? Do we want to take away certain things? Do we want to change? Do we want to shift? So it's not that the problem cannot be solved. Do we want to solve the problem? Are we willing to solve the problem? Um, is it going to benefit us if we solve the problem? So sometimes we have to look at that area. Is it beneficial? Because some people might say, well, I'm not going because it's not going to benefit me. I'm not going to get any bragging rights. So we have to look, we have to shave off, we have to ask a lot of hard questions. But the main question is, do we want to solve the problem? Do we want to solve the problem? Because a lot of times we just want to hush up and we just say, okay, let me put you there in this position and then I tie your hand. There's nothing you could do. And you know that.
Go on, miss. Go on. Lovely. So there's a big call here for the, I think I heard parents, I saw parents mention. Yeah? Is there a challenge with parents buying into the creative arts or the performing arts from your perspective?
From being in it for all those years, the majority of parents no. But we have the few of them, especially when coming to CPA or CXC, we pull the children out. And I remember some of the dancers in the black at first group, some of them dance up until mock exam. And then they did their CXC, and when I think the multiple choice section came about, some of them started coming back, not as often, but and I remember one of them saying to me that on Fridays, when it's time for dance, is no way that they can concentrate to do anything, even though they're home. So the time that they are custom dancing for, and most of those girls you see there started dancing at age 4, 5.
Wow.
And that's all everybody there started dancing in primary school.
So they all have bachelors in dance now.
They just love to dance.
So you send them off to TAMCC to do the bachelors in dance?
No, they just love to dance. One, everybody went their own path of career, but I think the common thread is that they have that love for dance.
Okay,
They may
great.
not want to do it. The person who wanted to take it further, which was Shanika, she did. But the majority of them, they just still love to dance. They may not necessarily want to take it higher. They just want to continue dancing. And you may find that. You may find people just want to continue dancing. They may not necessarily want to have a degree in it, or they just want to continue to perform. But they have a next part.
And that's what the question is about now, miss, because everybody says if you dance, it's because you're going to dance. Is that true? If you're
If you
doing
dance,
dance,
it's because
if you're doing dance class or you're studying dance, it's because you want to be a dancer, a performer. Is that true? Is that the only thing you could do? Because if you don't help the parents and the teachers to see the other angles, what would happen? So
but
I'm
the thing
dancing.
is,
That's the only thing I could do.
the children who dance,
That's all I could do.
I didn't. You have to repeat. I think I lost you
The
somewhere.
children who dance. So I am dancing. Are there other professions out of dancing? Why am I doing that as a career and it's only dance how to dance? Can I do something else with the skills? You see? That's what
Well,
parents are teaching
I am an
teachers.
educator.
Oh,
I am a teacher outside of dance class.
talk to
Besides
me.
being a teacher, I also teach reading for children who are struggling. So I dance, I teach dance. I have my regular job as a teacher. And depending on the subject I'm doing, sometimes I use a little dance inside of it. Like for instance, I was doing ascending and descending orders with my grade. I said, stand, hand up in the air, bend down and touch your toe, or stoop down and touch your toe. A little form of exercise. And then I said, well, you just ascended and you just descended. I said, go outside and ascend the step and descend the step. And we did that a couple of times. And then they came back in the classroom and I said, well, what do you think ascending mean? You think they're forgetting that? Kinesthetic. I didn't just stand up and write on the board. I said, didn't mean to go up and descend. What about the child who's not visual? So it can be used in the classroom. We just never explore it. We just never show teachers how it can be used. But the children who dance sometimes use what they get in dance in the classroom. You have to count. When I tell you 2 sets of 8, I want 16 counts. Multiplication. Give me, put your hands parallel. That is maths. So that it's for us as teachers, because we were not trained in that way to look at the arts as something that we can use as strategies to teach. So it's not just getting that part of it to get the children to dance, but it's also getting us as educators to think outside of the box as to how to bring all the work to the children in that non-traditional form. But at the end of the day, how much of us as education are willing to learn? So it goes back to do we want to change the problem? Are we willing to change the problem? Do we have the mindset? Because, when we set like fall, old people say when you set like fall. And I grew up with my grandmother, so I have a lot of them like old.
Look at that, man. Look at this person seems to be a teacher. You hear? I want you to see what's on the screen. This person seems to be a teacher because they're tracking what that person been saying, And that
It
person
goes
is
back to educate. I fully agree. I think, and I might get comments, our teacher ed is not doing justice to our teachers. In that present construct that it is not doing justice to our teachers. When I did teacher ed, I did physical education with Mr. Duncan. We had to look for skills And because I dance, ring games was an easy thing to come up to teach locomotive and non-locomotive movement, because you skip, you jump. So you see where the sports and the sports teacher come in. Ring games, teaching the kindergartens and the grade 1. Same skill. So we compartmentalize instead of we look to see how we can integrate. Dance, drama, and everything is everywhere. But yet we treat them as an eyesore. We put them as not beneficial to education and sports. Dig up how much, go and research how much professional athletes had to use dance in as a form of training now to prevent injuries. But we wouldn't take our PE teachers and teach them some little stretches that the dance teacher used to help the athletes. Let me tell you, my dancers go and involve themselves in sports. They bad in javelin. They never throw javelin before, but they always gonna come in the first string javelin. They go on long jump and high jump and they placing. Why? You use a lot of your arms, so you build strength in the arm from dancing. You do a lot of jumps in dance. Your Achilles tendons get strong. So you take a dancer now and you put them in the sports and you harness that skill that they already have. We getting bomb athletes. But then the PE teacher would tell the dancer, "Oh, you're missing class because I need you 5 days a week." So then we give them a choice. Instead of we see how we integrate it, we make them choose. We make them choose. We can't see that there's a link between dance and sports. There's a link in dance and education. And it all goes back to us reading.
Oh.
We think when I went and studied dance, I was taught about the link. No. As when I came back and I started to explore, because when you study, you get the knowledge, but it's not always how to apply the knowledge.
You got that right. Yeah. But boy, that person is a dancer.
That is Shanika's mom.
Oh, the lady with the magic daughter. Okay.
And that child's dream was always to dance.
And that's a parent who supports her child.
And that's a parent who supports it.
Oh God, look how we're going to talk about the lady now. Jesus goodness.
Well, let me
let me put
the
the lady in trouble.
I beg I send you the letter for you. But no, she is a good. Dance is in the blood. That's
Oh, so you see, when the parents support the child, that's what happens. And look the parent just listening to like she boosh. Understood. But I wanted to ask you, can you get vexed again? I find you getting vexed, man. You vex with some people, but you ain't saying it. Is the parents you vex with or the system? I find you behaving as though you vex with somebody, man.
No, you kind of give me a little echo thing there that
I find you behaving like you vex with me, man. You vex with somebody. You can't be me.
No, I'm not vexed with anybody. I'm just disappointed with our system.
But what I do wrong again?
No, I'm disappointed with our system.
Oh.
Both of us in the same system.
Oh, okay.
I can't vex with what paying me. But I can be disappointed in some of the actions. And I am.
And you're going to change it. You're going to create the change.
You want me to write a next transfer letter again?
Miss,
look as a reference.
Look, your friend is saying something, right? I can't answer that question. Look, your friend saying something.
No,
Or you could
what
help.
she
Or you could
said.
help with that.
No, she's absolutely correct. We need to change the mindset of the teachers and the principal in order to get them to buy in. And she's 100%, 110% correct. That's our next drive the nail in the board. Not even hit the nail. She just, but she's
So
right.
you telling me principals doing that too? No, sir. That can't be. That could never
Hey,
be.
print. You might be, you'll be.
That can be. That could
No,
never be.
there was
Yeah?
a certain school. We had a program in my school years ago. Every Friday, dance, drama, singing, athletics, art, tennis. Those we did. Children, when we done assembly, they go to the different clubs. If the training come to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, bet your mind Friday you're seeing who you didn't see. Okay? We started complaining that the children were missing class. Some teachers even go as far as tell children, oh, so you think dance go make you pass exam? I'm serious.
Miss, you have me laughing. You have me laughing.
So you see what Miss Fraser said about mindset. She's absolutely correct. So now the program totally stopped. There's next to nothing. It was buzzing after assembly, organized chaos because there was an energy from the children. I'm going to dance, I'm going to pan, I'm going to this, I'm going to...
Point taken.
Now, some schools telling the children when they come in the morning, sit down, don't go outside and play. And teachers must come up with morning walk. Well, So when I give you morning walk when you come 7:30, when gonna come time to teach you, you think you want to hear anything I say no? Whatever little stress that child had the night before, she come, she jump, she skip, she run, she's relaxed to learn.
Wow. All they causing too much problem here, people. All they causing too much problem. Right? Because they always say, you see what who is that person? Rose Fraser. All right, good. They say, oh, they don't make too much noise in the classroom. No learning taking place.
Well,
What
trust
happened to
me,
you creative people? A little
if
noisy.
if they had come and see us Wednesday, by now we'll be fired.
Stop that.
If we were streaming live by now, I don't know what did I do with you. Because trust me, that was organized chaos, but it was learning. Because when you hear what the teachers could have said after, how you could have easily placed it into subject areas, you know, and easy. Just by it seemed like we were playing and laughing and doing all kind of nonsense, but learning took place. And if we as adults at that time could have fun gimmicks in a row and then we could have turned and say what we learned. I'm sorry for we poor children, what we doing them. Because I am part of the system. Yes, I'm part of the system. So I can't say it's not me. When I want to see change, I have to blame myself because I'm part of it. But I don't support it. But I am part of it. I would love to see change and know much more than ever. Because now we have, look at, we have a big thing on. You were there, I were there. We unleash, and then we just what? And if I remember Dr. Jules' presentation, the same thing we sit down here talking about was some of the benefits that he gave. The same thing about problem solving, creativity, and he didn't talk about dance alone. He talked about the arts in general. And we're talking about the OECS. So he didn't just single out and say dance did this bap, but he gave the whole thing about that is how the arts benefit education. But
Let me
we
put
got
back this
back.
comment here. Let me put back this comment because I can't read. I'm wearing glasses, so I can't read that.
Well, I don't have no glasses in my glasses in my van. You want me to go and get it so I could read it for you? I ain't keeping my glasses in my house because I don't want to read nothing. So I
You
give
are
it to
doing nothing. All right, I'll take it
me to
out.
read.
Yes, Rhonda. Look at Lucy. That's how to put up Ezra only laughing in the background. You see that Ezra? That Ezra is something else. But the reality kicks in. You get me? Point, point is well taken. And it's a simple question, but you said it all. Where? Somebody sang that. Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Creative arts teacher, specialists like you. What will you do with the bag of knowledge that you have now?
Just do like
Where will it
everybody
go?
else.
Where
When
will
I
it?
retire, sit on home. But like, yes, look for instance, somebody like Miss Gloria Payne Banfield. She's there. Listen, we're doing this project with her, and I'm inviting you to come along on Saturday. We have to organize what time. We normally do it at Marisha House. And Miss Banfield have a list of dances that she wants to impact on the children.
But we're not hiding.
But Susan,
You see
I
that's what the dancers do. All they're hiding all the information in
no,
library.
what
Go
we
ahead, miss.
started to do, what we did between our groups was get Miss Banfield, get our younger dancers, and she remembers the steps, so we're translating, and in helping her, I was like, yes, I remember that step, because as you dance sometimes some things get lost, and I was like, yeah, I remember that this belly step. So what we are trying to do is give the children the authentic traditional movements, so then that would be preserved and passed on. Because as we go, we realize that a lot of our folk is being stylized and a lot of the elements are being lost.
But where you go preserve it? Who's preserving it?
Well, let me put the museum.
Hello, come on, teach. Wait,
Well, we
when
fixing up the museum now. Have you passed by the museum lately? It's
our
been,
museum. I like that. You're fixing it up. I like that.
yeah, we fixing it up.
To keep it a secret. Okay, great.
No.
In
Eventually
this
things are
modern,
going
in
to
this
happen.
miss, in this modern time, you're fixing it up. Is there a live stream with it going on? Any footage, anything? Wait there.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
But if you go on the Melissa page, he did put up some pictures of the progress so far. So
Yes, man. I know. I know. I know. I parked there recently.
so but my thing is, we have to integrate. No, we can't go back to looking at each element as a separate. And I think that is one of our biggest issue here. Don't integrate. This is my department and this is your department, and
And look, I can answer this. Who is this person, for goodness sake? Busy laughing.
when
But
you cry.
that's the guest. That's here. The question is for the guest. I am just
Doctor,
hosting the
I
program.
am not a doctor. My name is Teheria Viechweg. I have no handle to it.
I
Whatever my
thought
mother
TV. I saw
sent
there.
me is what
I
I
saw
still hold
TV.
dearly.
TV. One question. Where is the Ministry of Culture? TV. I
In the
see there.
botanical garden,
Yes.
it's in the
So
botanical garden.
So the person is asking you, Rhonda is saying to you, you need to go and help culture. I'm a vex with you now. Thank you, Rhonda, for saying it. You need to step in cultures those and say, look, you know, I come to help all you. Because we need this. And with that combination and that support, all you gonna do magic. You and is Shanika and them, we need that support there because all you bad like Yaz, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So why are you helping culture? Why are you look at man? I need to call somebody.
Yeah, you see, you're in the bottom of culture, so walk up
Why?
the hill. Walk when you go in the morning, walk up. It's
Who is that next job with some person there? What happened to us, you know?
winter season,
What happened to all, you know?
hibernation.
What we have to blame Miss here, Miss for that. All this here pointing her. Watch my finger, Miss. You need to step in and support. No man, you look here. And let me see we could bring back what's her name, Shanika and so on. All you need to look here. Grenada have the best in them. When all of all come together, look here, no man. The master dancers I see there from a long time. You and Cheryl and them all you need to sit down and come with something. As I remember, some Mr. Williams ahead said, "Where's the association with all these bad dancers? You, Kit, Shanika, Celia, Jones. You call real names. I even hear Ricardo. I even watch. I remember everything. I go deal with all you. I call in all you because all that had dance like that. You do we don't have a
That's
degree yet. Go ahead,
that's
Miss. All that causes don't
when
have a
we
degree.
form the association, we could go in the schools and you will
Stop.
be a part of the association. Could we walk in the school door and say we come to teach dance? Hmm? Could we walk in the school door and say we give us 20 children we come to teach dance? Tell me what some of the principals will say. Contact what?
Are you running from the challenge, Miss?
Silly
That's not
plan.
fair. That's not
Contact
fair.
what?
Come on.
No, I'm not
No.
running. I want to know when the association is formed, what is still happening in the school. When we form the association, what is happening with the children?
But are you forming an association to steal people's children or to stop them from learning? That's what you're saying? Okay.
No,
Fine.
I am asking you, when we form the association, can we go into the schools and do what we have to do? If we are not mandated by the higher powers, we could go in one day as a resource person, and that is it. A teacher might say, well, come and do me 2 minutes in the class. And after that, what happens?
So, Miss, just all you give up? All these big time dancers, professionals? No, man. Somebody, we had to make some phone calls. That can't go down
Yes.
so. With them big names you call them, that can't go down so. Something had to happen. What do you think? Something will happen.
Listen, awaiting.
I'll vex with you, man. Because you're supposed to support culture. People like you,
I
so
have.
and
I
the other
have.
names.
I have.
All you just. Oh,
I
you.
tell you,
Oh,
listen, you didn't hear the first story. I tell you, my name, my principal who retired. Ah, a good while now. Says she went to a principal meeting and my name was called to go to culture. So, and I would say again, I said to her that she is going to retire and it's not going to happen, and she has retired. So the paper maybe when paper me Jarvis and them give me. So that's what may look
Look here, look here. I don't
see.
look at your papers. Don't look here. Look here. Don't beg you. No, you have been closing this program crying. I'm not crying tonight because you guys. Sorry, but I can't believe it's just I don't know how to call that. No? I'm lost for words here.
Don't get tired, I could still read some things on it. If I could not read it, but I'd show it. Dialogue. You see, hoarding listen.
But the problem solved now. Don't worry. The problem is solved. The problem is solved. So there's an open space for visit, I trust, to the ministry to share your ideas and things will change. So I mean, you've highlighted some of the challenges and I see your passion and everything. So we know things will change and maybe things have changed already and started changing. So now it's time, as the brother said, Gregory said earlier on, come together and bring this plate of food to the ministry and say, here is a plate of food I would like you to taste out of. What do you think now?
You want me to get up in the morning and come and do that? That above my pay grade.
But it can't be about pay. Teachers don't get paid.
No, I say it's
You
above
can't
my
pay,
pay grade.
you can't pay a teacher. Teachers don't get paid.
No, that's okay. But that one you're asking me to do there.
Hmm. So you're telling me that there's no togetherness with the art. No, that's another story. Let me leave that there. Because you're supposed to make one phone call and say, hi, girlfriend, boyfriend, let's do this for the art.
Yeah, but I may want to do it.
Okay.
I cannot speak for the others. People may be comfortable in what they are doing. Remember, not all of us, each of us may have a different goal and a different path. Some people may be comfortable, okay, this is my path, this is what I want to do. Others may say, okay, no, I've done this and I think it's time that I do something else. So I can only speak about me. I'm not going to even try to speak about somebody else and what they want. And if they see the same thing that I see, and if they want the same thing that I want, I'll be out of order to drum that gun. And I don't make an assumption. You know what they say about assumption? If you break it up, you get it right. So I'm not going to assume. I'm not going to assume.
Point taken, miss.
Exactly.
Point
So I can
taken.
speak about me.
Point taken.
I
So
will.
looking at it, I mean, looking at your journey, miss. Looking at your journey. Look back. Look now. How would you classify it? Because
Back
I have
then,
how would you
talking
classify
about
it?
dance and culture back then as it opposed to now,
I don't know. I just asked a question.
we don't not know. Nothing. Nothing. Back then it was flourishing. Flourishing. The schools were blooming. The children could have sing, they could have dance. No, we just have academic content. So I don't know if we have advanced in that area. We may because we figure we have a lot of subject on the curriculum now. So it goes back to what you see as important. We may see adding the arts on the curriculum so that everybody is exposed to it is beneficial. I on the next side I may see no, put it after school. Who are time, go to it. I may see it as okay, I need to start to change the mindset and expose the teacher to different teachers to different ways of delivering the lesson in the classroom because now I'm looking at quality education. I'm looking at sustainability, I'm looking at skill building. So now I have to start taking teachers and start retraining them group by group, to get that. Or I may say, well, that is not of importance. Let's go down the path that we accustomed going. So is what if we want it as a unit, it is going to work. If I want it and you want it and you want it, then who's supposed to want it, don't want it, then what me and you want would be of no value. Remember food chain. We in the bottom of the food chain. We are in the bottom of the food chain. We could sit down there and shout and bellow. Who's the performing arts and curriculum arts officer in the ministry, doctor?
Yes, so we're moving on to another question. So like when I is that a question? Are we going to answer that just now? There's one? Great. Well then we need to talk to that person to create some changes. You get me?
Yeah, but the culture has a syllabus. Um,
Yeah, but it's
well,
not just that as Gregory is saying, it can't be all theory. So he's supporting you, and the students must be trained for the industry, not just the students. And that's a big statement here, because you say we unleash, right? Who's doing the training? You ever see some
we,
artists on stage and they can't hold a miss and they can't dance, they can't perform? How come all you don't helping them?
what we see.
Like, you see that? I can't answer your question. I could only ask you.
Right, so I can't answer your question either.
Look here. Eh? You get the point. So
Yeah.
you can't. Should the focus just be on the school children? What about the existing artists already who think they reach and they don't reach it and they need that personal development? Miss, we have a
Hold
lot
on.
to do, miss. You're talking you unleash, all you unleash. We
If
have a
you
lot to
think
do.
you're rich, there's nothing I could do. Point blank. If you think you have arrived at your destination, there's nothing I can do. If you are willing to learn, there's something I can do. But if you're not willing to learn and you tell yourself you're rich, and then that's it. I reach. There's nothing nobody else could do if you think you're rich. Once you arrive and you think you arrived, that is it, dead end.
But there are some persons who need help and they don't know, miss. So you have to understand that as well. There are some artists who need help and they don't know. So if
Foundation
you,
can look into
that's what I
that.
say, miss, you need to get up in the morning and go to culture and say we want to help, because with your teacher background and your ability already, you and some others just walk up there and say we come to help minister, or we come to help whoever they in culture, because we need that combination with culture and education, miss. The thing go turn up, Grenada go take over. What are you waiting on? Oh God, what are you waiting on? Grenada have the best enough. If all you agree with me, put something in the chat. Somebody, if all you don't agree
Well,
with me,
listen, it's supposed to be culture, and this is my opinion. Culture,
help now.
education, cultural foundation, the museum. This is how I see it. You have a
Okay.
cultural event, it is videotaped. Where is it stored for somebody to go back and look at it? Where, as teachers, we should be able to go to the museum to access it as teaching tools. Kamahan Festival is coming up. How many schools are aware of it? When the dances are taped, can the teachers get access to use? So that's why I would go back to the point. We have to learn to integrate. It's not one unit for itself. We cannot exist as just education and then it's hello, you forget it's sports education and culture. Museum and cultural foundation fall under culture.
Look, Greg, we come back at you.
Well, I can't help get agree with this association because
You're killing me.
I don't think that the association is the answer to what we are the path that we are want to go down. The association will help the existing artists, okay, but we're not talking about them yet. We're focusing on nation building, which we know are the children. So I agree with him that an association is needed because for instance, there are funding out there that if we have association, it can help. Okay, so I agree with him in that sense that we need association. But I'm going to ask the question again, and I hope Gabriel could answer me. If when we form the association, can we take the association and go to the schools to help? What would be the mandate? Is the association willing to say go to the ministry to say, okay, we're helping to train these teachers into that area, we are willing to be resource persons? What? Because we could say we could form an association, but we have to look at not just for practitioners, but as you say, nation building.
Well,
I
answering
don't.
you, Papa.
So let me the discuss. I will put a pause by the association because
Okay.
it's funny. Susan and I did speak about that years ago about forming an association.
But
But
I
now
know you don't want to say it, You see, that's why I tell you, you don't want to say it, but usually the artists and them, they're kind of selfish. Everybody in their zone. And you talking nation building, and I see Gregory mentioned it, the nation building. If you want to do nation building, you have to cut out some of the selfishness and work together as creatives. And if creatives, they're in a different part. Are you
yeah.
talking
Listen,
nation building? So,
forget this collaboration things. We doesn't want to collaborate. You see when them
well, I don't
egos.
understand. So how do you go get it? How do you want to build when the adults are coming together, but you want to build the youths?
Well,
What is, man? Don't make me go in meeting now.
I listen. I fully support you, though.
What do you people wear?
I
What
fully support
the
you.
creatives?
So maybe if we go to them train, they go teach us how to come together. You don't think so? Since we're too big and egoistic, probably when we go and start to play with them children and we see how it is beneficial, we go probably start to change the mindset.
I say no more.
Mm-hmm.
I say no more. Yeah, but there's the need for it, and as you said, the things that you've highlighted shows looking back at the journey that things were high up there and then they fall flat, and it does sound good. I don't know if you like it. It
You
does
know,
sound good
fall
to me.
flat. Fall flat mean you just probably, you have something on top of a table and it just fall on the ground, a book fall on and you could pick it up. It didn't fall flat. It fall, it mash up, it disintegrate it all over. So now it's not like it fall flat that we could sweep it up and we can. We had to go back and find the pieces now and put it together and build it. It's not
So
fall
here's
flat and it end up as a unit that we could just take back.
so here's this. Adults always like to say, in my time, long time ago, once upon a time. What should we be saying now?
Well, listen, I believe we can use part of what, because I don't believe in discarding everything from the past. There's this bird, there's this tribe. It's uh, in Africa. They have this mystical bird. I think it's called Sankofa. Whereas it goes forward, the head is turning back. So in essence, I am advancing, but I am looking back to see what I can take with me so that I can build. I'm not leaving everything to say I'm going to discard everything in the past. And we say what when time was then and time was then. So when we say that, sometimes we could go back and look at what worked then, what we can carry over to build what we want for the future. But sometimes when we say in we time, it's because we think everything we did was excellent. And we should carry it over, not knowing that dynamics has changed. So we go back and we look to see what was feasible, what was workable, what can be integrated now. Because we may have to take some and tweak it. We we have to take it and tweak it. Look, this China technological. You put a video in the classroom and you ask them, you may quicker get something from them looking at the video to tell you what than you stand up in front of the classroom and you blah 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 blah, blah and you chuck and you talk, and half of them ain't even. And some of us as teachers hold on to that dearly. Is it effective now? And it's not even working, Is if it is effective. It might be effective then, but when we look and we dissect it, we may say, okay, well, we can take this chunk because we can fit that piece of puzzle into there to give it a foundation or to help it to fly. But it's not everything. And if we want to talk it in the terms of context of dance and drama, but as study progresses throughout the years, we see we may not think back then. Probably we did it back then because, and we didn't see the benefit. So hence the reason it fall and it mash up. Now, if we go back now and based on the studies and what we are seeing now, we say, but no, we didn't look at the benefits back then. We just did it, but look at the numerous benefits that is popping up currently. So maybe we should go back and take that aspect and put it here because now it is showing how beneficial it is. So the little once upon a time, and this is how we used to do it, may can work in certain areas.
And you don't think that's the problem with change? In my time, long time ago, because you spoke about the challenge to change.
Yeah,
And
but
that
normally sometimes when people say that, I say, so they why are you telling me? Like I would ask my children if they give me a word like big. I said, so at what grade you learn that kindergarten? What grade are you in grade 2? I said, so you don't change? So you're still giving me the same thing? So sometimes adults will say, oh, long time. I said, so you're trying to tell me you're the same person that you were yesterday or 7 years ago? Because there's this thing that psychologists say every 5 to 7 years we change. Our personality change, and it may be different external or internal factors. But I am not the same person that I was 5 or 6 years ago. You are not the same person. Nobody listening to this live, if we look back, we would see certain things and we say, oh. Or we would say, oh, that was a good thing I did, so maybe I should, So, yes, we say, and we hear that a lot with us educators. It comes out a lot of educators' mouth. Well, them training that how we used to teach before, and that was, mm, is it working now? Is it effective? Is it effective? Maybe because the children were exposed more to all these cultural skills and stuff, and that it used to work, but we're not exposing them now. So maybe if we want to take the chunk and bring it to the future, we have to look. We have to examine, we have to analyze, we have to pull it apart. And a lot of times we don't want to do that. We, and I am including myself, don't want to say, okay, what I'm doing is wrong. It's not effective. It's not that it may not work in, but it's not effective. And we don't do this self reflection and say, oh God, well, no, because we want to hold on. We want to feel that, okay, what we do always doing is the right thing. Frenchie, sometimes when a teacher listens, I say, oh God, if you think, what should we do that today? And then I know, okay, and then I tell myself, okay, I don't have to go back and teach a lesson again because, So then when I go back now, I have to start over and because I tell myself, that was a whole pile of bull. But this is me. A next teacher may not even look at it. They may tap themselves on the back about 10 times. So when the higher bosses sit down, are they examining it to say, well, yes, no, it is not working. It is not effective. Or do we just want to tick the box to say, well, we do it? So, food for thought. I know if I see any unknown number calling my phone in the morning, I don't answer it. And then my phone have a feature, ask me, this is an unknown number. Do you want to spam the number? My phone does this number is not in your contact. Do you wish to report it or spam it? So, I could tell it spam it, and if I say spam it, that means it's no longer, it would be ringing, but I would not be getting the call.
So you're telling people don't call you. All right, I get it. You're telling people don't call you. You don't want no call. After all this, you don't want to help.
Now that next thing somebody get offended and figure
after all this, now you're saying you don't want to help. With all the men that are listening and say they want to learn to dance, all the parents who say
we don't set that already. I just have to call Andy Johnson to do the photo shoot and make him a poster boy. And we had dance class for men.
So you had to bring that person too. This one here. You see who?
Which one? Kenrick Harper?
Yeah.
Oh, we taught together when I was in Viechweg.
All right, so bring him to dance because he like to stay behind a keyboard.
No. He tried. God didn't give him that talent. Leave him with what God gave him.
Hello. I didn't ask you to badge my life. Look at my troubles.
When Miss Ferguson wanted male dancers in Viechweg, so listen, Kenrick is my friend. Leave him with, you see God giving me talent in the music. That way bad, leave him.
All right, okay, leave him there. All right.
Leave him right. We could bring him to play the music to dance.
Oh, okay.
So he can be involved.
Oh. Exactly. All right, brother. All right, okay. I didn't mean to throw you under the bus like that, but I mean, you'll make the man vex with me now. I didn't call his name. I didn't call his name.
No, man. I see him last week. He was after he shined so last week. He may glowing all now. The glow may still there.
I got you. So we have the masterminds in Grenada, right? And that's why I'm saying to you, So when I go there and I call and I say that Grenada doesn't need to import, why do we import so many people to do the work that Grenadians could do miss? And the dance is a guilty part of it. Go ahead. And I am closing the show if you don't answer that question.
I'm not going to say we input. I did the workshops with international teachers because dance is so diverse, and be if you want the children to move out internationally, they need to be exposed not to just what we have here locally, but we need to arm them so that they can function not locally alone, but on a regional or international level. Now, we may get trained at a particular level, okay, and we may be able to take them from this point. Now, we should be big enough to know, okay, I could take you up to point A. I need to invest now to take you from point A to point Z. But how much of us are willing to do that?
So
So
then,
it's
go
not a
ahead.
matter of importing, it's a matter of using what to help maybe, and even we can learn in the process to sharpen the children and then to sharpen ourselves as well.
Oh, that's the anger. That's the anger. But do you know, miss? Do you know that when you unleash or you open the market, you're creating more competition locally?
When you all well, competition is good, then competition is good because then I know now I have to beef up my game. It's not it's not to look at the competition in a negative way, but that is most of the time we look at it that way. But we can look at it on a next side to say, okay, well, um, I have 5 dancers who want to study internationally. And I'm telling you, it is competitive. I dance all day. You have to be top. You have to want it. And you have to have a proper base in order to get it. So bringing in, but we have to be careful what we bring in because I may be a performer. I am not a teacher. So I would come and just give you the steps that I just give you wholesale. How has it benefited the children? So when we import it or when we bring it in, we have to be careful what we bring in to help. Because I may teach, I may not be able to break it down for a group of children. And we know that as educators, some teachers cannot go down to a certain level. So when we say we're doing workshops and we're bringing in whatever, we have to be mindful. Are the persons we are bringing in be able to go down to the level of the children? And I'm going to give you an example. One of the teachers that I used to bring in used to do ballet. Now, when she realized using the ballet music, the children weren't getting it. She turned to soca and reggae using the same ballet technique. So that is what something the children could have identified with. So when we bring it in and we're doing workshops and we looking to say we want to help, we have to look. It's not because we know this person and this person dancing and they probably a dancer and a performer, but not a teacher. Because when you teach dance, just like dance is like any other subject area. When I am teaching my little children, or when you are teaching, a lot of times you have to use imagery. There's strategies you have to use to get them. Like I remember telling them I wanted to teach them a kick, and I said, well, think about the person that's standing in front of you don't like. And them like went up, pop, imagery. So I may come to do a workshop and the children probably lack certain prerequisite. Am I just going to just go and teach so? Or am I going to change and say, okay, well, I need to do this class because, and it goes back just as in the classroom. We go to teach a subject, we realize the children don't have the prerequisite or the background knowledge. What do? We continue to teach. By right, we're not supposed to. We're supposed to go and give them that prerequisite and then go forward. It's the same in dance. You have different exercise or different what we say technique stuff at different level. Some children are naturally flexible. Some children have to teach to become flexible. Those that are naturally flexible, sometimes we have to teach strength. So when we're doing these workshops, what exactly do we want to achieve? So when we talk about importing, it's all fine, well and good to do it. I don't have no problem with. I am not against it, but we have to make sure what we're bringing in is beneficial, and that the children or even the teachers or whoever we do, whatever practitioners we looking to enhance, that they go away with something that they can use. So the importation doctor is not bad, but it's the goal we want. Don't just bring in because we bring in sick and we have a little money and we want to tick a box to say, okay, we do a workshop, pop. And we ban on them thing here, we doesn't evaluate nothing. We do it, box tick, next. So
I got you, miss. I got you.
So
I got
when you say bringing in somebody for drama, make sure you know what goal. You know, we talk about smart goal. Make sure it's achievable. Time. So make sure you put on your smart goal thing and tick your box, and see if it is worthwhile. Don't bring in nobody first to go and.
that smart goal thing has to change. Not you have to be readjustable. Don't use that, yeah. That's another conversation.
What about the smart goal concept?
Yeah.
I just take that word and turn it in to suit me. They never say you're not supposed to be flexible.
All right. No, we go speak that another language. But I want you to, as I put back the pictures on the screen as we come closer, I want you to speak about the activities pertaining to your work here. I'm going to put them on the screen. Speak on them as we move along, because I want the people to get a synopsis now of you and your journey and some of the work you've been doing. But as they've spent a long time with us, we had that challenge. And what we have on the screen now, when the picture comes up, what is your work? I guess so. I'll ask you, well, what is this?
That was a ballet recital. So when I just returned from Toronto, when I finished dance, what I used to do was do 2 dance shows. But the choreography for those shows used to be done by Monique. Monique is a dance teacher from France. She does ballet. So bits and pieces of different ballet. That one is Don Quieto. She would take excerpts and teach it to the children. So we would do one in July where the children are exposed to different ballet stories. Cinderella, Coppelia. So there were different stories that she would come and do ever so often. So the children are exposed and they get the vocabulary.
Got you.
So when she teach, right, the group of girls in the black and white, those are basically, most of them are what we call my senior girls now. That piece was in Belmont Estate. We dance for Indian Arrival Day every year. The girls are invited to perform. So that's one of the opportunities that they get to do. That piece was choreographed by a student from St. George's university because we wanted a little Indian piece. I'm not versed in that. I know nothing about that. So I reached out to somebody. I reached out to a parent, and a parent found somebody, and she did the choreography. That was years ago. Lime had asked for the dancers to do something in front of the Monday night bass band. So those are the dancers performing for Lime. And we did that years ago. We did it, I know we did it for Summer Crew. We also, the dancers also got the opportunity to dance um, on Carnival. Was it Carnival Monday or Tuesday? They did a performance. Artistry. Artistry was in Spice Basket. Artistry was looking at all different styles. So the whole idea behind it was like you take, you know what, you have a tapestry and you have all the different colors. So what I did, the idea, it was that year the choreography was not just mine. Some of the dancers had pieces in it, as well as some of the other teachers. Because when what I would do when I used to bring in the teachers to do the workshop, they must do a choreography with the dancers, and that choreography would use for the upcoming dance show. But what I neglected to tell you in all the thing we talking is that I know I told you about the first trip was to Trinidad in 2001. Then we went to 2011. The dancers went to Toronto. In 2018, we went to St. Vincent. So one of the goals that of my group is to do exchange. So we did an exchange with Renaissance Dance Company in St. Vincent. We go up to perform in their show, and then they came down. The last, and then in 2019, some of the dancers went to Toronto again to celebrate for the independence. The teacher from St. Vincent, and then what we want to do, the idea that we have again is to collaborate, but this time we including a friend of ours dancing ballet creole from Trinidad. He also teaches, and his group is a lot of young children. So we're looking at going to St. Vincent, then from St. Vincent taking the dancers to Trinidad. That group comes up to Grenada. So we have this exchange. The children get to learn, they get to make friends. So it's not just about having them dancing here, but to do those exchange. So that's in the pipeline for next. That's a group from Grenville. Some of them now dance in town, but that's basically the dancers in Grenville. That piece was called Hallelujah. I think I sent you the video. Right. That was Trinity Sunday this year. The Catholic had this little concert at La Sagette's, and they had gotten to perform. And then what we have, that those are Westmoreland. Those dancers are from Westmoreland. One of them still dance with me. That's the one in the blue to the left, right. The others dance with their school. All of them are in convent now. So that was for the graduation. That was, those dancers are in college. Some of them have finished school. That's like the second crop under those in the black. So most of them are college. Some of them have migrated. So that crop there is no longer. Likewise, I think you would see the Carnival Queen. She's there. Um, like I said, most of them gone, study abroad. I think out of that group, the one to the left, she's studying in Toronto and she still dances. And then we have Amani. She still she still dances. So that, as you see, as they grow, they move on, and then a new crop is being nurtured. So I have a new crop being nurtured now. Right. So most of them are still there. Some of them are in secondary school, some grade 5, some grade 4. So that is the junior jazz section. That was our little showcase in Spice Basket.
Got you, miss. Wow.
So that is jazz.
Wow.
So I teach. So in my school, I do contemporary ballet, I do jazz, I do modern, I do folk. So when the dancers get to what we call the senior section, they're exposed to all the style of dance. But when they come in, they must do ballet as a foundation. And then when they get about 9, then you have a choice. You either continue with the ballet or you go to jazz. And then when you get to senior, you do everything. Like we have a show coming up on the 16th of December in Deluxe Cinema. I'm exposing them to dance hall. And it's amazing. So I have to tell them, go and watch and see what dance hall is about. And so I ordered them some colored wigs because dance hall, you have to have the wig. The wig cannot be left out. So so a parent is bringing down the colored wig just to get them into that character. So that show is on the 16th in Deluxe. It's called Pulse. I'm looking at the idea of each rhythm, right? It's creating some kind of beat. It might cause a mild beat or my pulse in you. It might, different dance might resonate with different people. So that's the idea behind pulse, to get your heartbeat going. So we're in the process of putting that production together.
Wow. Miss, you are going, man. I tell you, I do things. Things are going.
I'm trying.
You're doing well things. So that is why you are needed. Yeah, you're just silly cake there. I didn't say you're silly icing in it. Don't put no icing on the cake. You're silly cake. You break it on your silly.
Fat. I ain't gonna look young. I fat. Icing is fat.
Oh, so no cake for the dancer. Okay, no cake for the dancer.
But before I go, I would very much like to see a musical production. I am charging you with that idea with Alyssa's book. We probably have to sit down and explore it. Even though we have to, Yeah. That is all I'm leaving with you.
Well, I'm looking for words. Yes, I'm looking for words. Don't ever challenge me, miss. Don't challenge me.
No, I'm not challenging you. I'm looking for collaboration.
Don't challenge me. Once you challenge, it will happen. And once to happen, you get vexed. And I don't.
I'm glad.
The creatives don't like to work together already. So
then,
how you go
my
happen?
Dancers will get work.
All you don't like to work together already. So how you go happen? I mean, I know if I call Mr. Harper, he go turn up, but you call the dancers.
I know if you call Mr. Harper, he go turn up. If you call Susan, she go turn up. If you call me, I go turn up.
Okay.
We turning up. So like four of us, we have music, we have dance, we have drama, we have ring games, which Susan is a boss at. So you see,
I can't take all your
and
no, a little too much for
we
me.
just have to ask them people permission to use a book.
A little too much for me. A little too much for me.
So
But
you
let's
see,
have a dialogue. Let's have a dialogue and the magic. Let's do the magic. Right? Let's have a dialogue. But
I agree.
as it stands now, you've been talking all night, but it is your
Yeah.
time to thank your people and say hi to your friends and everybody. Everything you have there now, just you're closing. So you're going to reach out, make your wish. Oh my goodness!
So
And say hi. Just look at them. Say hi and bye to your friends. Before I
well,
close.
first I would like to thank you for the opportunity. Um, it was enjoyable. It was entertaining, and at first I was just scared as to what the hell I'm going to say. As much as I am a teacher, don't tie up, we don't still get frittles when come time to talk. But I think from being involved in dance and as an educator, it is paramount. I'm not looking for. I think I just figure drastic change had to take place. This little waiting and jumping on hot stone and jumping around and dragging with foot and all them. I, for me, time for that has already passed, because then we sing in quality education. We sing in inclusiveness. We sing in universal education. But then we still chanting and jumping up content, content, content. Academics are academics. So what exactly do we want? We were looking for sustainability, we're looking for creative economy, but we still chanting content. Innovation, creativity, problem solving comes from the art, which filters into education. So that's my take on that. Next one, I figure that integration, looking at the stakeholders and integrated, is a next important aspect that we have to look into, and not kind of compartmentalize each element, but see how we fuse them together to come up with a more feasible and effective plan. And yes, if the ministry call me tomorrow, I would gladly leave the school and go to where the ministry send me. I have no problem with doing that. I love my girls, but I think it's time for something to happen. So yeah, so I would like to thank the viewers, especially those who express meaningful comments. A lot of them make you run as if you figure it's me alone that's supposed to be under the bus and crawling out from under the big stone. It's okay, I'm the guest, so but it's always so I like to thank the viewers, I like to thank you, and at least the internet, well, flow didn't cut off us, so we have to thank the internet stayed. It was functioning, so we actually have to big up the carrier. But with you inside there and probably maybe think so, maybe when they see how dramatic you are, they may think you're getting crazy, so they might probably say, well, we need to pull in more people in order for things to be, and not pull in people and put them sit down in an office, or pull in people and muzzle them and tie their hand and amputate their legs so nothing get done. Pull in the people that are willing to work and willing to get the changes and get things rolling. So that all, and thank you for the little ad for the show. I would send you a complimentary ticket.
Yes, miss. Yes, miss. I get you. Thank you so much for your pulse moment.
You see, it did hit a little.
Thank you for your pulse moment. Only let me show it again because she said, let me show it again. You see, this is the pulse moment of your 5 seconds. Five, four.
Four,
You all see it? Miss County down now, so I could take it off.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pulse. No, but that was a 10 seconds promo again. How are this?
You didn't listen. You didn't ask me if you wanted quick or slowly. So I went in the middle.
Oh, I got you. You did it. You did it. You know, guys, I've been talking to you. I don't know. No. But I done with you. I done with you. Mm-mm.
Yeah, we had to report to government work in
Yes,
the
yes,
morning,
yes,
and then I
yes.
need to get
Before
my
the
beauty rest.
and they go mark you for coming late, so you need to go in your bed now. You know,
That's
and you don't
that.
want to sign the book and say you should work late. You need to stop that.
That is
You and Rose going on your bed. Rose and who else? Hmm?
Rose, Kate. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
also that teacher Zaina better go in
You
the
need,
bed. As far as
you
a
need to
public
go in your
worker
bed.
too, she better go in she bed.
Yes. Oh my goodness. And what are they doing up this hour? Hmm? What are you doing up this hour?
You
Oh, I didn't realize the show is the show. But I had to run behind the pig and only pig. So you cannot show up the show this evening, guys. But thank you so much for, I mean, I really appreciate your patience. This pig never buy pig around Christmas, me. And then you put
no.
the pig around dogs, so the dogs had to get on wild and the pig run. And I had to go. So thank you for your
And then
patience.
when you're in a custom tending to animals, I don't know why we go down areas that is not our strong point.
You see you, don't come back. You
Not
see?
because not because they say eat what you grow and grow to eat. People that did them thing not for you. Not everything we have to get yourself. We have to listen. As I leave, stay but go with your strength. Don't go with your weaknesses. It's not going to help you.
No more pigging. I'm not pigging no more. Thank you, guys. Guys, it was a pleasure being with you. Thank you for being with us. This is how we do it here. But I'm not
It
doing
was a
much.
pleasure being here.
This is big against you too bad. That's it. We had a good time tonight. I look forward to doing magic with her. And some magic should happen. And
Very much.
you, the public, the audience, we are here to support. We're going to create the change that you want to see. But we talk the things so that we can open up your eyes for the support as well. Thank you all. Thank you. We love you guys. Let me leave Miss alone. Let she go and hold her pig to become mine gone.
I love pigs.
Oh, you do?
No, I don't. I have goats.
Okay.
That where the money is. You never go in real value and see $18 up for some about 6 pieces of goat meat. Goat, you have to get involved in, not pigs.
All right. So I'll buy some next week.
Plan your retirement with goats.
Oh, okay.
That's
Interesting.
my retirement plan, goats.
Okay. Thank you. I didn't know about that. I thought it was pig. So
No.
I was just
Goat.
thinking poop. That's all.
Button. Bye. Have a good night,
Goodbye, guys.
everybody.
We are out here. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. We love you. Thank you. We gone. So, Miss, adios, guys. Anyway, thank you, guys. This is how we do it. We really appreciate you. Share this love. Tell somebody what you saw tonight, or what you see tonight, or what you will be seeing tomorrow. Share it with them. It was a pleasure having you. That's how we do it with the creative arts. The creative arts has value. The creative, and when we say creative, we're talking all the performing arts tied up with that. Ensure that your child gets a taste of it, or you come and get piece of it, because the value that it gives is beyond just the normal performance. It's therapy, and we said it all. Adios, amigos. How you say goodbye in French? Au revoir. Good night. That's all I know. I don't speak any other language. But Aliu, good night. Enjoy all yourself. Go and sleep, and don't let the bed bugs bite. If you grew up with old people, you would know what that means. We were speaking with Miss Viechweg. Good night.
Protect your knife from the trap set for me. Into your hands I submit my spirit. Almighty, deliver me. Yes, deliver me. Cause despite the struggles and fight, I smile, everything is alright. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God,
Thanks for life.
me piece of shoes that fitting me tight, but I go mash up a party tonight. I say,
Thanks for life.
Almighty God,
Thanks for
tell
life.
them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. I must make it. Tell them I'm born to make it. I have to make it. I'm born to make it. Protect I and I from the trap set for.
School doesn't teach you about life. School doesn't teach you about learning how to survive. And that is something that I think I needed, especially as a teenager. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just going, just doing things. Even as a young adult, I had no idea what I was doing. Just living. I would say sometimes recklessly, just don't care. And you know, school just teaches you books and you get your CXC subjects and you graduate and you get a good job. But you're on the job, it's a good job, you're well paid, but you're unhappy. And I just wanted to be happy, really and truly. I was tired of being sad, I was tired of being angry, I was tired of being confused, I was tired of being lost. I just wanted to be happy, and I didn't know how to make myself happy until I went through the process of drama therapy. I had no idea of how to make myself happy. I thought that, you know, certain things, I'll buy certain things and I'll feel good, and then the next day it's like there's something missing.